All right, guys, welcome to episode 193 of Open Your Toys Cast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time. And those are Rock,
Transformers, Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, and G.I. Joe.
Yeah. If you want to kick it with us, where we'd love for you to do it is right here on YouTube every other Sunday and every other Monday. You can do that at youtube.com/openyourtoys. Subscribe, like, hit the bell to be notified, all that fun YouTube stuff. Also, where we get down is our Facebook group. That's facebook.com/group/openyourtoys. It's small but dedicated group of toy enthusiasts on there. If you want to just know about new shows, when we're going live, that kind of stuff, you can do that at our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. And then if you want to get a link to the show notes that has links to everything that we're talking about, you can do that at openyourtoys.com. In those show notes, you'll find links to subscribe to us through iTunes, through Google Play, through RSS, our Stitcher Smart Radio link, and then our contact methods, which are team@openyourtoys.com or voicemail at 720-235-TOYS. That's 720-235-8697. Mr. Mastrangelo, how can people find you, sir?
Facebook, the groups, and my eBay page. Rock DM, if you're interested in vintage toys. We've got a lot of wrestling auctions going up right now, so if you like wrestling figures from the 90s all the way up until present day, click on my page. Got a lot of deals going on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that in some more detail as well. For me, I'm at facebook.com/openyourtoys. I'm at Slick McFavorite and Slick at openyourtoys.com. And then I don't know if you can look me up by my seller ID, Jason Spiller, on eBay. And what are you drinking, Mr. Mastrangelo?
I'm drinking a Brewer's Storehouse No. 3 Amber Ale. Toasty, biscuit-like malt flavors with hoppy freshness and gentle sweetness. Not bad. $5.99 for a six-pack at Lidl.
Nice. Can't beat that. Well, actually, I can beat that. I am drinking New Belgium Mountain Time Premium Lager. And if you're not familiar with New Belgium, they're the people that make Fat Tire. That's probably the one you would know them most by. And this is cold and refreshing as snow melt in spring. Mountain Time Lager is brewed with only the finest ingredients by New Belgium Brewing, a certified B Corp and Colorado craft beer icon. So here's my little guy. And this I got for $10.99 for a 12-pack.
Wow, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
I don't know if this is, if they're just trying to do and it was on sale, so that's not its normal price, but I don't know if they're trying to do like a lower budget beer, because Fat Tires, even around here, it's like $11 to $12 a six-pack. So
yeah, because I've had that Flat Tire at Miller's Ale House. It's kind of like a sports bar, kind of like Applebee's, but more sports bar-ish, and they've had that, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably our most famous craft beer here. I mean, when I'm in Wyoming, you can get Coors, Bud, and Fat Tire. Like that's normally what you could get at bars up there,
Yeah, because that's the thing with Miller's Ale House. Like their big deal is they have like 50-something different beers on tap.
Wow.
So it's like you can, and they have like 100 flat screen TVs to watch all the games, and it's pretty good between that and the food. So. Hopefully, we'll be going there. We're in day 99 of whatever you want to call it right now, the end of the world, pandemic, Corona, New World Order, Revolution, whatever you call it. So hopefully that store opens up by us. They're finally starting to open the doors to certain things now. So
yeah, that's
looking forward to going there and having some beers.
I went to, I just did takeout, but I went to a restaurant that actually had people eating there. It was amazing.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
Yeah, they just started allowing outside eating here.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But most places aren't prepared for that. They have maybe a couple of tables. So
we can do well, and they've done all kinds of things. Like they have lifted the requirement to have an outdoor license here.
Yes.
So
Yep,
if you have a
too.
restaurant, you can just put tables wherever you can, and that's fine. For inside, it is 50% of your capacity or 50 people, whatever is less, I guess, or whatever's more. So if you only have 100-person restaurant, you can be as open as you possibly can. But if you have a 500-person restaurant, you can only have 50 people in it. So
yeah, well, we're getting there.
Yeah. All right, let me share my screen here. Yes, share you. Perfect. All right. Well, no con news this time around. Not too surprising there.
I have some con news. Our local Long Island Eternal Con, which is held at the former Nassau it's called Nassau Coliseum. I think it's got a new name now, but either way, they had to cancel it this year.
And when was it scheduled for?
It's normally Father's Day weekend every year, and it's a great timing because it's a great family event. This year they've made it
Fathers
mid-July.
can make their family go to it for Father's Day.
Exactly.
That's the one that got canceled, the local one that I talked about on the last show. Same thing. It's always Father's Day weekend.
And how perfect is that to spend a Sunday there? Because Mother's Day is one where you got to go to brunch or do something fancy. Father's Day is like, come on, let's go to the Comic-Con and look at some cosplayers.
Exactly.
But, unfortunately, they canceled the one for Long Island. And then the other big one in the area that I really wanted to go to was Terrificon in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun.
Ooh.
It was perfect. Me and my son could have went to the Comic-Con. My wife could have done the slot machines. Happy family, you know? It would have been perfect. And that one got rescheduled till 2021. So now the last thing that I have on the calendar for the year is Baltimore Comic-Con for end of October, which it's not looking good. They're still advertising it, but I don't know. There's no other Comic-Cons this year have been going, so.
Yeah. Well, I know Joe Fest is still announcing guests, and they're in August. I'm like, ugh.
And there's some toy shows in Ohio that are still on. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, I know that was a surprising one, but yeah, no real Comic-Con. So, well, I'm glad for Joe Fest. You know what? That's a growing show every year, and if they could do it this year, I'm glad.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some toy news. First up, Earthrise Hubcap has been shown. So this is a remold of Cliff Jumper. And so cool, I guess, if you're into, I forget what subgroup Hubcap's part of. It's like the Speedsters. They were all those ones that you would pull back kind of thing. But so if you like Hubcap, you win. And then a lot more Earthrise had been leaked. We've had some discussion about a few of these things in here. So we get a picture of Earthrise Megatron. Still's got dirty legs, I assume. That's what that is, unfortunately. I know people were hoping the Earthrise stuff might be a little cleaner.
So Megatron's actually gray. It's not a prototype.
And then I think the one that I wouldn't say maybe excited, but got a lot of people talking is the 2020 crossover piece, which is Top Gun and Maverick. So
yeah, me and my friends have been talking about this all weekend. This is interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I say, I've gotten, and I don't know what other I thought there was another one. So the Ecto one obviously was this badge up here, this crossover line that they're touting nowadays. But I thought there was another one, but I can't think of it.
The San Diego Comic-Con, the G.I. Joe had a bunch of repaints where it was like a purple hiss, and it was supposed to be Soundwave.
Yeah.
And they had the Sky Strike, and it was supposed to be Starscream. So I don't know if that counts, but
well, and I'm more talking about this like specific like logo that they're putting up here. But either way, Swage was excited about the clean Soundwave. So I don't know if they're remolding it to be able to make it a tape deck or not. I doubt he would have his weird like spaceship mode that the Siege one did, but he doesn't look too much different. So, and then this other one's a Cyberverse, so who gives a shit? Get to see Ramjet. And I would assume this is like the legs aren't even pegged together. I assume the legs are mistransformed. I'd assume they push into the body more here to close up those gaps. But he looks good. And then Cyclonus out of nowhere. Alt mode looks good. Again, I think maybe his legs aren't all the way extended, or his arms aren't, or something. He looks a little goofy here. And then that one. So yeah, lots of new spoilers. I love Lotus's comments, like dirty beds everywhere. Dirty beds, and I don't know what the hell this is. Looks like maybe a tablecloth or something that those are sitting on. But
do you get any bed bugs with the Top Gun transformer?
For Star Wars, Pulse has updated their checklist, and I totally forgot about this thing. Thankfully, Jedi Temple Archives advertises it whenever it gets updated. But this is a really cool thing once I get it pulled up here. So this is a PDF checklist that they put out. Come on, get open for me. Oh, it's going to open in my Acrobat that's over here. There we go. So cool to see all the figures listed here. So even stuff we haven't seen yet, Plo Koon, Anakin Skywalker, Padawan, Kit Fisto, that kind of stuff. It's got the Imperial Stormtrooper from Mandalorian, which is interesting that it looks like with that new packaging that they're going to restart the numbering, because they're putting ESB1, ESB2, ROTS 01, ROTS, or I shouldn't say ROTS, Revenge of the Sith, but ROTJ, and then the Mandalorian. So that's kind of interesting to see that they might be changing all the numbering with that.
That's going to really affect the OCD on some collectors.
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially because you couldn't just end it with like 100 and then restart the numbering. Like that'd have been perfect for collectors. Like, yeah, I got 1 through 100. They
probably figure it's good for Marvel and DC. They do it every 16 to 24 months. So it's just, let's just do it with the figures now.
So not only the regular line Black Series, you get the 40th anniversary checklist here. You will also get exclusives, which I think we know about all of these. These are the Gamer Greats, the Carbonized, the Rebels. Oh yeah, see, the Rebels are all got their own numbering as well. So, and then Vintage Collection as well. Oh. Doot. And then there we go. There's the actual individual figures and their numberings here. So nothing new revealed or anything, but just kind of a cool resource if you are that guy that needs to make sure you've got all of it. Back one more. And oh no.
Too far?
Yeah, I guess too far. I didn't realize I had the StreamYard on there. And then I think, again, I'm not too involved in I'm not too involved in the other groups nowadays or the fan sites. I could primarily stick to us. But I assume what's got a lot of people excited is this 86 movie studio series. So this is fucking crazy. So studio series, as we all know, is the Bay movie line that they came out to make everything in scale, remold some things, reduce some figures, that kind of stuff. And now we're finding listings for 86 movie. Grimlock was the first one, and it just had this as the artwork for it, which turned out to be some artwork done by a t-shirt design of Ninja Inc. down here. But in these new listings, they found Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe, Leader Grindor with Ravage, which is really interesting. I can't wait to see a picture of that. And then a Studio Series 86 Nah. So, you know me, I'm all about the Sharktons. I'm all about it, baby. So, loving this. I mean, even if they're repaints done in like animation colors, I mean, what if it's cell shaded? You know, like it's all these, it's Nah, but it's cell shaded. You know, like that's gonna fucking blow my mind and make me rebuy all those molds. You know. How about you? Did you do the Prime or Megatron cell shaded one?
No, I didn't buy any of them.
If it's modern, it's no go.
You know what it is? Because I don't want to go down another rabbit hole of collecting. I'm already so spread out among things I'm collecting. I can't even focus. I have the worst OCD where, you know what it is? I notice I'm in phases. I go through for 2 months. I'm buying Transformers. And I'm buying G.I. Joe. And then I go, back and forth. So it's hard for me to focus. So I can't get anything modern. Otherwise, I'll have another rack to put some stuff on. So it's another rabbit hole for me. I can't go down.
Yeah, this will be a bad one, man. If they are cell shaded, this will be like rebuying. I could just see, because you have the Rodimus, you have the Prime, you like just basically any figure that they've put out that appears in that movie. If they cell shaded, I'm gonna rebuy it.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. And more studio series here as well. We get a Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Bumblebee and Sam, which is really interesting. So people that have been longtime collectors probably remember the Human Alliance line, which was a 1/24th scale line of Transformers. So the bots were closer to Voyagers, and then they had a 1/24th human figure with them usually. And so that would be interesting if they're going to be redoing those, as well as Jolt, if anybody's a Jolt fan out there.
Does Sam come with the hard hat?
No, this would be Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, so it's Sam Witwicky?
Yeah. So from the movies, though, from Revenge of the Fallen.
Okay.
So he's still Sam Witwicky, but sans hard hat. And then even more fucking showing up. So this one was also where this was the Dino. So the very cool like Bumblebee. He wasn't really Bumblebee, but I think it was a Bugatti. Shit, if I remember. Oh, Ferrari. So that'd be really interesting if it's like an actual license. That's, as far as I know, that's why they never made Dino or Dino or whatever you want to call them, is that they couldn't get the Ferrari license for it. So
not surprised at all that they couldn't get that license for it.
But now maybe they're going all in. They couldn't back then. They couldn't get the Volkswagen license. That's why he's never a Bumblebee. So, but we know that's changed. Maybe they've understood. Hey, it's worth paying this fucking licensing shit to give people screen accurate representations.
Definitely.
Black Series Darth Nihilus. So this is, in my opinion, this is one of the coolest looking Siths they ever made. This very cool, iconic mask here. So this would be, now I love how they're getting around all of this. So back when Lucasfilm did this whole freaking, they did this whole thing of, hey, anything before now that was EU, basically the EU doesn't exist. All right. We're disclaiming the EU. And for a while, the big thing from Hasbro was we can't create figures that are in the old EU. And so that was their easy way to get out of, are you making this? Are you making that? Are you know, well, this Gaming Greats looks like that's an easy way to kind of get around that stuff, because Darth Revan doesn't exist in modern day Star Wars lore anymore, but they've made Darth Revan figures and that kind of shit. So it looks like they're going to be introducing Darth Nihilus as a Knights of the Old Republic 2 Gaming Great figure here.
Whenever I hear Darth Nihilus, I think about on Howard Stern, they sent one of their lackeys to a Comic-Con and they were interviewing people. It's like, who are you? I'm Darth Nihilus. So they kept, it was like an ongoing running joke on the show for a long time. Because they go, who are you supposed to be? And he's like, Darth Nihilus. And they didn't know who the hell Darth Nihilus was. Because obviously it's pretty obscure. And then for you to cosplay as a character from a video game, especially this is way before Comic-Con culture is what it is now, where it's cool to be a cosplayer or that you can make a living as a cosplayer.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a really toyetic looking figure.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'll be super juiced. Now he does have a lot of robes in the games and stuff. So we'll see how that works out. And then again, just like Studio Series, more possible Black Series here. Get a picture of a new Black Series clone trooper. And oh my God, I don't know why my daughter is howling at 4:30 instead of 8 o'clock, but here a Facebook follower of Yakface says ABI German notes on our Facebook page that Cad Bane was also listed in the EB Games system where they found this. The above clone is probably the unidentified trooper from Wave 27 of Yakface's master list. So that included the Hoth Rebel Trooper, the mainline release of it, Incinerator Trooper, Han Solo Return of the Jedi, Leia Return of the Jedi, and Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi. So that'll be interesting. And like I say, if they're going to start doing the Skittles clones like this, it's going to get bonkers. Like that's...
You know, it was interesting. I listened to another Star Wars podcast this week, and they're purely just about the toys. And they were talking about how disappointed they are for 2020, that basically the amount of new molds they're getting are very few and far between. That everything is just a repaint, another repaint. And actually, Jason from Yakface is actually on the podcast. So, you know, they do talk about rumors of what's being discussed, but they were just talking about the vintage collection figures and how they're all just, a lot of them are just repaints. And it's amazing that this calendar year, I think they said there will literally only be like 5 new molds for figures being released.
Well, yeah, and you think about, I mean, most of those, the new packaging stuff we saw was was those 40th anniversary put into a mainline package, change of packaging, like you say, change in deco.
Yeah.
They're just doing that, the realistic face bullshit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, yeah. And more. Convention exclusive trooper set.
I wonder what that's going to be. A bunch of repaints?
Yeah, exactly. So my assumption would be that this would be Skittle clones, right? Red, yellow, blue. So maybe so they're going to repack the blue into the main line, but the only way to get red, yellow, and green would be through this 4-pack. So yeah, like I say, I am really interested to see how all of these exclusives that were probably being shipped right as the coronavirus hit, because it takes 3 months on a boat, kind of thing for the summer conventions, how they're going to start distributing those things.
Well, at least they have Hasbro Pulse to kind of sell these things, but just what would the demand be, and what's the price point going to be, and how do you make it to the people that should have attended the con have first dibs in a way?
Yeah, and that's kind of my thing is I'm like, I'm a premium Pulse member, so like, hey, give me first dibs. We talked about on, God, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 months ago when it first hit, like, how would you do that? How would you prove that you were a Comic-Con attendee? How
I know we should do
possibly confirm it.
Let Digital River handle it.
God, that's something I'm glad I haven't heard in a long time.
I know. I was being facetious. Yeah, let Digital River handle it.
Official Origins Pics. So these are kind of the glam shots from Mattel on all of this kind of stuff. Battle Cat looks amazing.
I'm going to be all in on like the vehicles and like the cats. I don't know, something about the packaging with the that new toy for 20 and those things drive me nuts. The retro play.
See, I don't mind that much, but
I just like the commemorative ones so much more. Like I'm staring right now at my commemoratives, and man, they're spot on exact.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was something ridiculous. Is like the comic says reproduction at the bottom left-hand corner or something like that.
And on the top of the card, I think it says this is an adult collector item. Something like that. Yeah, like in white, little white lettering compared to that's what it is. Look at my Skeletor and I'm looking at those. That's what the difference is. There's 2 little lines of verbiage. I mean, they still look great, but the face on He-Man, now that I'm looking at them a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to get Battle Cat and some of these other. Yeah, I want to get some of those I can't get. Like I have Stinkor and Scareglow.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what Mattel's going to do with their exclusives, because last year it was the Adam and He-Man 2-pack, and you got the vintage head. Can someone close my door, please? Thank you. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, you got the vintage head with those. So yeah,
I mean, He-Man just looks like he smelt a nasty fart. Like he's like, what's this? Like he's got that. Look at the face. Look at the face he's making.
Let's see here.
The nose is scrunched. Look at it. He's like, ooh. Ooh. That's the face he's got.
Yeah, and I don't know. God,
it just looks a little wonky to me.
The more I see these, the more I want to go like all in. Maybe like Lotus does, like all in retail release. Like, because I don't want to go back and buy that fucking. I'm sure that Comic-Con 2-pack is $200 now, and I do not want to get that PowerCon. The pre-orders, if you're watching this live, the pre-orders end today for the non-attendee PowerCon ones. And then they're like, any ones we don't sell, we send to our online vendors. So,
yeah, well, that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive you're talking about, I don't know if you see what's going on the secondhand market on eBay right now. Prices of figures has gone ridiculous.
well, yeah. Like I say,
it's just crazy right now.
I've been getting offers on things that have been sitting there for a month or for months, or in my original Millennium Falcon Lego one, I've been getting offers on it lately.
I was just about to ask. So what kind of offers are you getting on it?
I mean, I got one I would accept if it wasn't from a feedback of 21. I'm not going to accept a $3,000 offer from somebody that has 21 feedback. And I know that's fucking awful. But that's the reason why the buy it now price is so high, is so I can fucking choose who I sell this to. Someone comes with a 500 feedback like I do. You know, I don't buy a ton of shit on eBay, but I have a 500 feedback on there. You know, I'll do it. But
plus looking at longevity too, like what year somebody joined. If they have 21 feedback and they just joined, well, they're new to eBay. But I've been on this since '99. That's when I joined up. I used to use Web TV. I didn't even have a computer. Do you remember Web TV?
Oh, I remember Web TV. Not that I ever used it. But.
I used to buy Korn. I used to go on there and buy Korn bootleg CDs. And Eminem. How crazy is that thing about bootleg CDs? But yeah, I used to get bootleg CDs, and then I would burn them. I'd print up my own labels, and I'd sell them.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah,
you've always been a little finagler there.
Oh, I've been a hustler forever, of course. Yeah. And I remember one day my boss got mad at me because he saw me like shipping out a bunch of them, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm selling CDs to make extra money." You're like, I grew up in Queens. People always sold things out of their car.
Yeah, hey, no, I
pop up suitcase. All of a sudden, they just pop up and, hey man, this is what I got. And you know, of course, it fell off the back of a truck, but you're saving a little bit of money. So, yeah, I learned at a young age.
I do like this battle ram. We've got comments in here. So
they look great.
Up, Jonathan Pollock saying He-Man almost looks like a bobblehead. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think the head is different, which can throw people off.
But he's got that scrunched nose. Look, He-Man.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct. The battle cat looks incredible.
Yeah, I
Shamal.
Let's
Shamal
get
Champaneri. Probably close.
Just because you have a hard name to pronounce, Rock, I'll let you get away with that. But yeah, Battle Cat does look amazing.
Absolutely.
Jonathan agrees with them as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Bring this fucking on. I thought this was supposed to be April, and maybe I'm not remembering correctly, or maybe it's
maybe it's just delayed, like you said, with everything else going on.
And here's my boy.
See, that one looks perfect to me. That one looks like they didn't change anything.
His fucking eyes drive me crazy. Let me see. I've got
googly eyes.
Here we go.
It's not a Hasbro. It's not a Hasbro figure.
Oh shit! I dropped my vintage one.
You know what? I got a vintage one right here too. Look at that.
Yeah, yours is more vintage than mine. So yeah, see, white pupils or white eyes with black pupils. Right? Is that what you got? Or you got all black. You got green pupils with black, or green eyes with black pupils.
Yeah, I got this in my Secret Santa from the Star Joe's podcast from 2 Christmases ago. I had a bunch of vintage He-Man guys over here. Some of my only loose figures in my entire collection. A little Boss Man. Doesn't smell anymore.
No.
And
and your Rattler. It's got the rattle still.
Yep, still rattles.
I'm like, where the fuck are all my trap jaws? I put them on display. But anyways. All right.
Yeah, he's just got black pupils, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, and the one I was thinking of was he hasn't been opened yet, but was the Super 7 cartoon one.
Okay,
And
I
that
didn't
one
get
has
that
white
one.
pupils. That one looks better to me. But anyways.
More paint apps.
All right. Oh shit, I didn't link the Trailbreaker images. Oh well. I didn't see the big deal. People were saying that people were complaining about the Trailbreaker images. I didn't see how it looked too much different from Hoist myself, but
This is the figure with the droopy boobs.
Droopy boob. No, this is the Earthrise, or is it Earthrise? Yeah. Arcee, and this is just complaining about the backpack.
It's
so
humongous.
This backpack detaches and makes like a little sled for her or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, just something for her to stand on.
I think it looks better as something to stand on than a backpack.
Yeah. So yeah, you could definitely see why they made that shit detachable.
Yeah. I can imagine that being really awkward to keep it standing up as well with that backpack on. Even though it's probably hollow, it's just the weight distribution in the back.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, you want to talk about that. Talk about this cell-shaded studio series. We've got an Arcee. We've gotten a Springer lately. Haven't seen Cup in a while, but that doesn't mean they couldn't bring back the old Chug Cup mold. Let's see. New Vintage Collezione. These are, this is more just for fun because now they've moved this over. So the C's as code names. So you're getting a Star Wars Vintage Collection Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic, and Omega. So
no clue.
Again, it's just cool. I think it's kind of cool that they're doing this code name thing to kind of try to keep these things a secret. You know, as much as we're a toy news podcast and constantly are getting spoiled about shit, I like when things are fucking surprises. You know, it hardly happens nowadays.
Oh, to bring up something, when I think about Star Wars figures, I think about an eBay seller. I think you mentioned before, Viper Kingdom. He kind of finds a lot of figures that come out the back door of the factory, and he sells them real cheap. He has nothing on his eBay page last time I looked.
Oh, really?
I used to buy lots of him from him way back when I was playing with my son, and we'd have these big battles. Yeah, he used to have some incredible deals.
Wonder if he got a cease and desist. It'd probably be pretty easy to do via eBay. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right. And then last up, Lotus posted this on the Facebook.
Oh, that's incredible. That video, them putting it together.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So this is the Imaginarium-Art Devastator, and I don't know how well this is going to come through.
So what was the thing? It's like $3,000 or is it more?
I don't know. I'm thinking 2,000.
Okay.
But let's watch this. I guess I could have done this full screen so people
the size of a toddler.
Easier. Jesus Christ.
They're putting it together so effortlessly too.
Well, and it's in fuck it, it's sped up and shit too.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, right when you said that, this guy's like, oh, I don't know where this shit goes. God, look at the fucking size of that thing. That is just ridiculous.
I can only imagine like how many boxes and how much foam and padding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've seen Skullface put together the Prime statue from this line, and it's like maybe half the size of this Devastator. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see. Imaginary.
Well, if we were on the Price is Right, I would say $3,000.
$3,000. I'm gonna go 2,400.
And Lotus is going to go $1.
Yeah. $2,200
Wow.
on Big Bad Toy Store. Well, let's make sure. That just says
I'm only $4 shipping.
Oh no, that's the fucking Dinobot one. This one hasn't even been listed. Oh, if the Dinobot one is 2,200.
I saw one for $29.94 when you scroll down. What was that one?
Let's see here. Which that Dinobot, because it's got Na in it, that would be. Oh, God damn it. Oh, 3,000.
I'd still be over though.
Yeah. So I'm the
closest
closest without going over. Oh my God, dude.
But it's only $4 shipping.
And this is the same one, right? Oh yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Oh my God, that is crazy. It's all pre-sold out as well.
Are you kidding me?
42 inches, dude. Rounding up there.
How many pounds?
Oh, I don't think they don't list their.
And it is sold out. Holy shit. It has to be limited. What do you think? Like 500 maybe? Spelling bikini wax. What were you watching?
I don't know. I was over here.
Whoa. Spelling bikini wax.
A limited edition. Oh, God damn it. Limited edition of 150.
Okay, I get it.
That's crazy. Come on.
Wow.
Get off of here. Get back to the goddamn show.
Let's go back to the bikini waxing spelling bee.
So yeah, that shit is amazing. Amazing, dude. $3,000. I'm like, oh my God. All right, let's go ahead and get into third party. First up, new Amber collection. So we had seen Malcolm, we had seen our original Velociraptor, we've seen two new Velociraptors, Blue and Charlie, as well as Owen Grady. Now we go back to the original movie. We get Dennis Nedry and the Dilophosaurus.
Hello, Newman.
So I'm all in on the dinosaurs, not buying a bunch of repaints. So I'm not buying the Jurassic World repaints, but I got the original Velociraptor. I'll definitely be getting this. I like that it has the different heads. That's dope. So, and I'm loving these stands that come with them. Now the Dennis, the fucking Newman, I'm like, I really like it. I love that it has the Barbasol can with the fucking embryo inserts. I love that he has the spit face.
There's gonna be a lot of fat guys buying that figure and making customs of themselves. I can tell you it right now. I'm not saying from experience, but I'm just telling you, a lot of fat guys will be buying it.
So yeah, because I'm like, if I get Dennis, then I gotta go back and get Malcolm here in his luxurious pose.
Yeah, at Target today, we went through a toy aisle, which was probably more depressing than the pandemic. And they had the dinosaur mask, and I was going to buy it because one of the wrestlers we like from AEW, Luchasaurus, he wears a mask. It looks like the same mask. I don't know if you know who Luchasaurus is.
I don't, but I can.
You should Google it. He's about 6'5", 250-pound wrestler, and he's pretty badass. Got a green tongue. Picture if Rob Zombie was built like a brick shit house. All right, go to that first picture, Luchasaurus.
Okay. That's
so
pretty
basically
dope.
they're a tag team, and his tag team partner is Jungle Boy. And do you remember Dylan
this
from
guy right here?
Yeah. Okay, see the other guy on the right?
Yeah.
So the guy on the right is. Do you remember Dylan from 90210? He passed away. Luke Perry.
Yep.
That's his son.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Jungle Jack Perry.
That's nuts. Here's better.
Yeah.
Let's see if he. Oh, he does got those.
Yeah, and they come to the ring.
Eyes.
And they come to the ring like that. He carries them all the way to the ring. But he's pretty badass, man. The guy can throw some kicks, got like a lot of moves for a big guy. He's one of my favorite guys in the AEW. But yeah, I saw the dinosaur mask, and I was like, I was just looking at him, like, oh, I could be dressed as Luchasaurus.
Awesome. Oh shit. All right. Let's what we got else here? And SDCC Hiya Toys Kick Me Robocop figure.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Now I don't think so I have the Hiya Toys Predator and I've got the Alien on pre-order. These came in like those little like Black Series boxes, the little 3 3/4 boxes.
Dude, that packaging looks great.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a carded package.
It's kind of like a reaction package inside of a Black Series box.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
I love that he's faced backwards with the Kick Me on the back. Because the front doesn't look too great. I'm like, come on, you could have done a little bit better paint job on the front here. But I think they're saying it's coming to comic shops. So I assume that means it'll be distributed through Diamond Distributors.
You know what's funny, thinking about Robocop? Was that the most violent, inappropriate movie ever to get a kid's toy line? Let's discuss. What do you think? Can you think of a more violent movie that was not for kids that got a toy line?
Well, I mean, Alien. You got Aliens got a toy line. That was pretty violent. But no, you're right. I mean, that was the whole thing. The over the top violence of RoboCop was, the dude and the toxic waste. The fucking. I mean, when the dude gets killed by Ed 209 when he malfunctions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's pure 80s, popcorn action movie, but it's surprising it got a Kenner toy line.
See, and so Toxic Avenger. Now, Of course, they were based on the cartoon. I don't remember how gory it's on. I've got it on one of my watch lists on one of my streaming channels.
Because Rambo got a toy line, but that was also a cartoon.
Yeah. And Rambo wasn't really like bloody disgust. I mean, like he killed people all over the place, but it wasn't, to that level, and that I remember at least.
Yeah, it's not like the new Rambo. Like the new Rambo is like a horror movie. But
so I am all in on this Kick Me RoboCop. I have their regular RoboCop on pre-order already. Because I forget who was. Oh, it was Bradley. Shit, and I forget what he goes by on the boards. But he was asking me how I like the Hiya toys, and I dig them. They seem a little bit more fragile than I would like, but I've never had any breakage on them. Whereas like Boss Fight and Marauders feel like they're better built, but I've had breakage on those. Maybe because I handled those without kid gloves, like I do my Hiya stuff. But
and $25, not a bad price.
No, I mean their regular stuff is $20. So nowadays, where a vintage collection is $13, I have no problem paying $20 for. Yeah,
for plus, it's, like you said, it was supposed to be an exclusive, so that normally adds a few bucks to it.
Yeah, well, and like I say, the packaging, that's the big thing. Hiya, God damn it.
Yeah, I like the packaging.
Hiya usually just comes in boxes, so. Store reports, Secret 2-pack listed at Target.com. Let's see if it's available yet. It wasn't available at the time I was doing the show notes. Of course, they take forever to figure out. Sold out. I don't think it's ever been in stock as far as I'm aware. So it's just listed as sold out. So if you're like me and have to pay 3 times for the same mold, just in different colors every time they fucking do a Seeker.
Wait, Hasbro repainted it?
No. Oh, here, Cliff is saying Robocop had a cartoon too.
Oh,
Oh, I remember because one of the figures was like a superhero that was in that cartoon's like realm.
okay, that makes sense then because I do not remember the cartoon. I remember the figures clear as day. I still see them at vintage stores pretty cheap. They come with the roller caps. It's normally never Robocop. It's always like one of the bad guys that you have no clue who the hell it is.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I gotta look for that.
The animated series.
Gotta look for that bootleg now. Because that's not on Tubi.
Thank you, Cliff, for enlightening us. This is the best thing about having a live audience, man. It's like collective intelligence.
Nice and interactive. And the best part is this way they don't have to scream at their phone when they're listening to it in a couple of days. Instantly, you'd be like,
you dumbasses, there was a cartoon for Robocop too. Universal Parks exclusive Megatron. So this is one of my favorite versions of Megatron. I do have the leader. So they're showing comparisons here. So the very sandy one is the main release. And I really like this. I really like that fucking exclusive version. I like them more gray like that.
Well, I know Universal's opening back up soon. But the stores aren't there. They're just going to let you go on the rides.
Oh, interesting.
At least in Florida. So I wonder what's going to happen with this. If they're going to sell it any other way.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the last time they did a Universal, they did the little car that you ride in the Transformers ride. Evac was his name. I had to resort to fucking eBay for it. Cliff chimed back in. Robocop. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Wrong one. This is the one I want to show. The superhero figure from the line was from the live action series. Now, the live action series is available via, I think, Roku. Because after you suggested that, Rock, I went through and just went through all of their horror movies, all of their television series. And
how many horror movies did you add to your queue?
Not that many, just because I have a lot of them. So the horror movies are one of the worst things to put commercials in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, it breaks up.
But I did add a lot of television series, some head of the class action in there, some what's happening. So
speaking of horror, so Saturday night, that's the new horror thing. We like to watch something. We like to check out Svengoolie. Do you have Svengoolie on MeTV?
We do, but we don't ever watch live TV. My father-in-law never fucking misses it if he's not working.
So we kind of like watch it while we mess around on our phones and whatnot. But MeTV has been re-airing the original Planet of the Apes TV shows from the 70s.
Nice.
So now that's my Sunday morning thing. So I mowed the lawn this morning, went out and got bagels, made a pot of coffee, and I watched an episode and I watched it with the commercials and everything. Because I wanted to feel
you're talking about the live action, not the cartoon. Right?
Yeah, live action. So that MeTV has some I feel like they have MASH. They have so many old series on there.
And I could never get on a regular schedule to catch it, but they have Love Boat. Yeah. Like if somebody didn't catch on when I posted in the group, that was Love Boat lyrics up there. I fucking love Love Boat, and you can't get it on anything because there's too many stars that they can't clear likenesses anymore. So you'll never see Love Boat on fucking a Blu-ray or a DVD or anything like that.
And you know what's even crazier? Have you ever seen the Love Boat action figures?
Oh yeah. Oh, I want some. I've never gotten it.
Captain Steuben. I mean, come on. What kid
Stubing, bro. Stubing.
Oh, sorry. What kid was like when they went to the store and they had all these options? They're like, I can get Star Trek, I can get Star Wars, I can get MASH. I want to get
Well, it was to say, I mean, I don't know what I would want, because I do that like one of every line. I need me an Isaac, man.
I mean, I can get it for the packaging. Like, if that's why you wanted to get one, like how I have like the one Buck Rogers and one Black Hole. But Love Boat action figures, like, what kind of adventures do you have with those? Isaac slips something into somebody's drink and then they go off to a cabin. I mean, what kind of adventures do you have with the Love Boat toys? You know?
All right. Next up online. So we were talking about the Magic Square Ripple and whatever their sound blaster was. So they're going to release a cassette pack. So based on this picture, we know Rat Bat is coming with their sound blaster. The Scout and what I call Rumble, they call Frenzy, is right. They're saying Rumble comes with this one. Oh no, they're saying Frenzy here. Okay. So the Rumble and the Scout are going to come with Soundwave. And oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, a Buzzsaw figure. But no. Oh, Rat Bat. Oh shit, I was right. I was thinking last week that Laserbeak was coming with Sound Blaster, and that is what's happening. So you're gonna, oh my god, they put the most iconic cassette with Sound Blaster to make you fucking buy him. They put Rumble and the Scout with Soundwave, and then the 4-pack is going to be Rat Bat, Ravage, Buzzsaw, and Frenzy.
Now, which toy company is this, and like what size are they?
This is Magic Square, so this is their Legends.
Okay.
Which here's their fucking sound wall. Yeah.
So now are these considered third party or KOs?
No, these are third party. This is like one of the dominant. I forget what. Oh God, see, this is awful. This is where
That's not a bad price for Soundwave.
No, but see, this is for Blaster.
It looks like a brick. It looks huge.
Yeah, no, and it'll be tiny. So here's Soundwave. It just drives me nuts. I'm gonna have to fucking buy that Blaster to get that fucking.
They're just twisting your arm.
Yeah.
These damn toy companies making Jason buy all this shit.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Making me too. That's what I hate.
Oh, yeah. Water torturing you, waterboarding you. Damn toy companies.
Boss Fight, they finally fulfilled all of their Kickstarter orders. So their Steeds are up for pre-order on their store. And I'll tell you what, I mean, if you're a horse fan, you can't go wrong with these. I loved it. I did have a little bit of breakage, I will say that. But so I got Smoke. Oh, Smoke is not available for some reason. Is there another page?
Oh, crazy. Did all the bronies buy it?
I guess so. What's crazy is we're going to get to it in just a second. Smoke is on sale at Megaopolis. So
is that a head shop? I thought we were talking in code right now. You can get Smoke at Megalopolis.
Smoke is just their black horse, but yeah, I mean you can see they've got tons of cool fucking add-on kits here. You can take this white horse and then get this kit, and you're getting horns and wings and stuff, a different tail. This is the one I passed on the Kickstarter that I'm like, all it has is a saddle, but for some reason I really want a 3 3/4 elk for some reason.
Yeah, then you just need a 3 3/4 like Joe Rogan figure to shoot it or something. Like what, I don't know what I would do with an elk figure. I get the horses, a lot of things you could do with a horse, but what do you do with an elk?
You got to put an elf on it, and I guess that's my problem is I don't have any elf 3 3/4.
I was gonna say, what do you get, like a little Steve Ranella figure, and you make like you're tracking it for 2 days or something for meat eaters? I don't know what you do with it. But no, the boss fight does incredible work. Always
Yeah.
has, always will.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I got that Kickstarter and I wrote them like, hey, trying to switch my kid on it, broke a tail, you know, like I'm not sure if I need to just replace the joint or what, because the joints are they're almost like Revoltech joints. They're separate from the tail. And they're like, we got you. That day they fucking sent out a replacement tail.
Oh,
So,
nice. You probably had
yeah.
Chris McLeod's wife answer the customer service.
No, that
she works for Boss Fight now. Yeah.
Oh, does she? Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, they moved to Rhode Island and everything.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
from Missouri. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. Kate's a really good person.
Yeah, she let us use Mrs. McFavorite and little Miss McFavorite use her hotel key at JoeCon so they could go swimming while we were at the con. Yeah, so I thought that
I've never met them. I've only, like the typical online community stuff, but they seem like very nice people.
Oh,
and
dude,
heard them on podcast.
Chris is amazing. Yeah. And like I say, by attachment, I would assume his wife is amazing.
Yeah, they make a good couple.
It's kind of like me. Like, people are like, your friends are all the best. I'm like, who the fuck do you think I wouldn't surround myself with shit people? You know.
Then how did I get on this podcast?
Well, you push the boundaries sometimes. Let me tell you.
I slip through the cracks.
KFC releases a whole shit ton of Junkions.
Kentucky Fried Chicken's making toys.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice. I want the drumstick transformer.
So they reissued their dump yard, which was what they put out when they put out the original oh my god, what the fuck is his name?
Oh, don't ask me. I will have no clue.
Well, and he'll be down here, but Crash Hog was his original name, but oh my god.
Damn, them mugs are expensive.
Yeah, so look, so the 2-pack when it came out was $170. The singles were $90, and now they're $130. So and these are mostly, and granted, they're very good remolds and repaints. But, for the most part, seeing all I want is somebody help me in the chat. What was the fucking name of the main Junkion? Or maybe Rock, the main guy with the beard here?
Not at all. I remember seeing him. I just don't, offhand, I don't know.
See, this is the nice thing that I could do when we're not live is I can just Google shit. Junkion species, Junkion planet, Retgar. God damn, that took a lot. Anyways, so yeah, these have jumped up in price. Where really all I would want is a Retgar, but maybe you're a Junkion fan and you want to have 6 different Junkions. Now's your chance. All right, like I say, we're gonna get into mega sale. So Megaopolis. This is the one that Pixel Dan shills for, and I've ordered a few things from them. They've been really good. Their sales are amazing.
Wow, $15 for the skiff.
For the skiff. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck, the fuck.
I got it for $30 with free, with $4 shipping, and I thought I got a steal.
Yeah, wow. That's how I was too. Now that we're getting Black Series Joes, this would make an amazing version 3 of Snake Eyes. Oh, version 4 of Snake Eyes. Just painting the helmet a little bit more. But I mean, look at these it kind of pisses me off sometimes. I paid $20 for that. I paid $16 for her. Like you say, I paid $30 for the skiff. Paid $25 or maybe $20 for her. So just amazing sales. $15 for the fucking 80s deco of Wolverine.
Oh, what I want to say, talking about amazing sales. Remember when GameStop was having that crazy deal where things were like $5 each? We're talking about last year.
Yeah.
Do you know I never paid for a single item that GameStop sent me?
Really?
Because so many items were out of stock. It was looming on my PayPal for 6 months. I think that sale was in like August because I was buying things for a holiday toy drive that I went to. They never charged me. That charge was on my PayPal. It dropped off. So now you wonder why
Crazy.
GameStop is hurting. That's why GameStop is hurting. You sold $20 figures for $5. Then you sent them in 18 different boxes instead of sending them in like one big box, and then you don't charge people to boot.
That's
This makes
crazy.
up for all. This makes up for all the video games I paid $60 for that they gave me $1.37 for.
Yeah.
They had it coming.
So you got Ectotron, $35.
Michael Myers and a NECA.
I haven't even. Yeah, that's that Halloween 2 one you got.
Oh,
sold.
I got that signed. Okay.
Yeah, or not sold, signed. This motherfucker, the Scrapper, I haven't even seen in stores yet. The animated Batman, if you don't want to go through the DC collectibles and you just want a one-off that has that look. So, I mean, now granted, the first page is usually the best shit, and the rest kind of goes downhill from there.
But Marvel Legends for $10 each, you can't beat that.
Yeah. The Generation Select Ricochet, fucking the exclusive.
Was it the Jushin Thunder Liger figure? That thing was selling out pretty hard on Ringside Collectibles.
Yeah, and that's why I give them props, man. They're just now again, I don't know whether this will work in the long term, but they're ready to say, hey, if this fucking snow trooper from Rogue One isn't selling, let's get it the fuck out of here, kind of thing.
Yeah, you're tying up capital.
Blow it out. Yeah. So, I mean, some fucking good looking shit. If you want the Powers of Grayskull, the Eldor and Hero.
Speaking of those figures, there must be a glut of those figures. All of them, the entire line. There's a toy seller goes by Zombie Sailor Toys. He's having a massive blowout of every single figure in that line. $17.
That Super 7 animation one.
Yeah, he has every single figure for $17.
That's crazy.
So his guy buys like warehouse finds of like uncirculated figures, and he just acquired a ton of them. Yeah,
I paid $23 for that. You know, like I say, it can get a little
it adds up
if you've paid full price for a lot of these things. But here's like the Steed add-on kits. I mean, that fucking that's the 3 3/4. But anyways, so you get the point.
Yeah.
Go to the show notes or just go to Megapolis. This is their summer sale. So free shipping at $150. So it behooves you to fucking hit that mark. But and now probably the biggest sale we've ever seen. Oh, and it's still available. How many? 24. So Gravity Builder was from a Generation Toy. It's the one that kind of came out of the woodwork. And people are just like, holy shit, they had done the Dinobots before in like a chug scale, but they did this in masterpiece scale, and it was amazing. This is the one, unfortunately, that you can get knocked off for like $100 now. But the cool thing about this box set is it comes with the new drill set that they had released with the yellow version of it. A new G1 head that lights up. And I think these are like, what are they? Like the fucking alternate knees here. But if you slept on this and you want to support the people that actually did it instead of just buying the knockoff like I did, $270 for 6 masterpiece figures and what you could consider an add-on kit. I mean, that's a fucking amazing price, you know. And if I had put mine together, and I haven't put it all together because they came in so piecemeal. They're all in different boxes now. Like I played with the original figures, but I never combined them. If I had combined them, maybe I might be in on this, but
I'd be too nervous with my fat fingers and no coordination to try to transform something that expensive and that big. I'd be too worried.
Well, and the nice thing is BBTS has got you covered too. I've had some breakage that was kind of my fault, and just said, hey, sorry this happened. Can you send me a part? And I don't know if they part them out from their own stuff or contact the manufacturer or whatever, but yeah, I've been transforming all of my Legends figures, and I've been following instructions to the key. Just so afraid, none of the dealers in China, I'm sure, are going to send you replacement parts.
Oh, no chance in hell.
All right, Rock, what you got, bro?
A couple of months ago, I placed an order for some KO G1 Transformers, and the guy super impressed me. I got them in like 18 days, I think it was. The guy packed them in styrofoam. I was thrilled. Went right back on his eBay page, bought a bunch of stuff. He ships it. He gives me a tracking number that never goes nowhere. So he comes up. I email him. He sends me a story saying that the package was oversized. His shipper gives him a different tracking number. It's on the way. I get impatient at about the 6-week mark, and I'm like, hey, look, I know you're scamming me. Your feedback hasn't changed in the longest time. You're not shipping anything out. The guy tells me, hey, friend, I will. And first of all, somebody starts go friend or buddy to start a sentence. You already pushed my buttons. He's like, friend, I will refund you the money. And then when you get the item, pay me. So I'm thinking if he's offering to refund me the money, he didn't ship the thing. He gave me another tracking number, but I had to go to some Asian site to track it. I screenshot it and sent it to Dr. Peter, and Peter said, it says it's on its way. I figured this guy fucked me. I felt like Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon. They fucked you when I go through the drive-thru. They fucked you. So I'm like, this guy fucked me. Not a big deal. It was like 2 figures. Yesterday morning, my doorbell rings at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And lo and behold, it's the biggest styrofoam box wrapped in duct tape I've ever seen. It's like an Omaha steak box. And what I got in.
Oh, here, and this is what I forget to do is switch this to be.
Now, as a kid, I had a KO one. Because in the flea markets, they sold a lot of KOs. I had a lot of KO GoBots and Transformers. So this was one I actually had. And then I traded it for something else. So I was super happy. This was like $59.99 free shipping. And it's massive. It's beautiful. He packed it like really, really well.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Yeah. I have the same KO, but they fucked up my box on it, unfortunately.
And then I also got Mirage.
Ooh, nice.
Because I was trying to get one of all the body styles, so I didn't have the race car. So now, all I really need now is like the fire truck and one like the Trailblazer or something like that, and I'm pretty much good on my KOs. I know last week Lotus was talking about Walmart and what they're doing with the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So here's my problem. I got FOMO. I erased my email when I pre-ordered everything from Walmart, and I heard all the nightmares. I went out and bought a full set on eBay. I got a set of the 4 Ghostbusters. I got a set of 4 Ghostbusters shipped for $100. But then I'm like, shit, I don't have Slimer and the Stay Puff. I found a guy for $49.99 with free priority shipping, and I get the mintiest State Puff and Slimer. And then 2 days later, I get a shipping notice from Walmart. I get 2 Slimers. 2 Slimers. One minty, one kind of dinged up. Then I get 1 State Puffed. They stuck it in a mailer bag.
Oh, my God.
It came destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. So I see what Lotus is talking about, where you do get really skeptical about how are they sending these? Are they coming from individual stores? Because I'm seeing on all different groups people posting pics of a peg with like 12 figures on it.
Yeah.
So they never shipped my original Ghostbusters. They're back ordered. Didn't get those. I went into a Bridgehampton Kmart, and they had 2 of this Woken Matt Hardy figure. This was a $10 figure. I sold one on eBay yesterday for $60.
Jesus.
Yeah. For some reason, these figures are just going berserk. So I also got got a retro Sting just because I like Sting. I did end up getting. So now I have 2 Slimers, 2 Stay Puffs, and I also from Shane Montre in the group I got the wrestling collection. A guy passed away. Family didn't know what to do with the collection. I really wasn't looking to pick up a collection. I did a favor. I bought the collection. It was 300 and some odd wrestling figures from the 90s up to today. Jack's Pacific, Ruthless Aggression, Mattel Elite, Basics. It's a crazy collection of just a lot of figures you haven't seen in a long time. So I would show to you what it looks like, but it's they shipped it in a large FedEx box, 60 pounds of figures with 0 bubble wrap. It was like she made wrestling figure lasagna. She took a FedEx box, made a layer of figures, piece of brown shipping paper, layer of figures, piece of brown paper. And the worst part was it got delivered she shipped it on a Friday afternoon. I got it Monday. And my FedEx is a Russian guy, young guy, but he looks like somebody you wouldn't mess with. Looked like he'd be an extra in John Wick. And he carried in 90 pounds of figures in 2 boxes, and he had another box on top of it. So my son calls me, and he never calls me when I'm at work unless something happened. So I'm thinking, oh shit, is the house on fire? What happened? He's like, Dad, you got 2 boxes. One's really big. I'm like, okay. He goes, can I open it? So I'm like, oh, you want to open it? He's like, yeah. And I go, I go, all right, go ahead. He goes, it smells. I'm like, no. I'm like, what? I go, what's wrong? He goes, it smells like money. It's all because my son, like, he sees how I buy and sell things, and he's trying to he's learning from me now how to try to hustle a little bit. He's been buying crates on his video games, and if he gets a rare skin, you could sell it.
Oh, nice.
So he takes his allowance trying to gamble on getting these skins. He's like, Dad, I got this skin on a $10. I got it in a 50-cent crate. I'm like, good for you, buddy. And Jesus, I think that's pretty much it. I got 90 pounds of wrestling figures, some Ghostbusters, some Transformers. Got a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I finally... Sorry. I got my shipping notice finally on my Ghostbusters, but my Slimer got back ordered for some reason. And I literally got that back order notice the night after I'd gone to a Walmart and they had Slimers on the peg.
Amazing.
And I was like, what the fuck? Because I would have just bought one there. Now, the Slimer I want to open. I just want to have the Slimer. My Ghostbusters... Again, I'm hoping to God because I want to keep those on card. The first set is to keep on card, and then if I found them in stores or if they got easier to find or whatever, I'd open them up.
And that's what I don't get.
Yeah,
people have been posting pics since April. They've been in the store since April.
Yeah.
Why for us a prepaid? We pre-ordered them, not prepaid. We pre-ordered them in February. Why didn't we get ours? I don't get it.
I guess I assume it's a whole thing where Walmart.com is just run as like a different company, just like Hasbro Toy Shop back in the day. Like, what the fuck? Why can't you get these figures in? That's just a separate toy company. It may have the name Hasbro, but yeah, that's kind of how I am. Shane, the guy that hooked you up with the wrestling figures. The same thing with him. He's like, I haven't been going to stores. And so I broke down the other day and just paid eBay prices for a Netflix Hound.
Mm-hmm.
And that day I talked to him, I dropped some figures off at his house. That day I hit the Walmarts around him. All of them had gotten all of the Netflix little display. They were full.
And how much?
I don't even know if he listens
eBay
to the
prices.
show. I didn't even want to ask what he paid because
probably double then.
I don't know if he listens to the show. He may just be on the group. But I didn't even want to call and say, hey, I just found 8 hounds in this fucking end cap, you know?
But it is frustrating when you see all these people in the groups posting pictures of full pegs, and it's like, what? It's everywhere else but me. Why is it not here?
Yeah.
You know? And then there's just the way they ship things make no sense. Like when they ship the two Slimers together, they did put in a box with the airbags. But like I said, one was minty and one's toast.
Yeah.
So,
well, the 2 I found in the store were case crushes. Like they weren't fucked up on the peg, but you could tell whatever the case they were in just like got smashed. So,
well, I believe me, I don't feel bad. I paid $50 for the 2 of them. So what are they? They're $15 retail. The guy sent it to me priority mail. The guy couldn't have made any money on it. He like broke even. After fees, he didn't make anything. There's no way he really made anything. And I feel, you know what? I paid a little bit extra, but to get 2 minty ones, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine with a few bucks more.
I'm with you. If that's going to matter to you, then yeah, maybe eBay is your best. Not you, but matter to people. Then maybe eBay is the best, where you can ask them, hey, what's the condition of these? How are they looking? You know.
Oh, that was the funniest thing with those 2 Woken Matt Hardy. Delete. That's his catchphrase. It was so funny. The guy I sold it to, I had 2 of them up there, and the guy's like, he wanted me to send 10 pictures of each figure. So I'm trying to show like the creases and the dings and the card back. The guy's like, no, I want to see the paint apps. He goes, I'm going to open it. I'm like, you're going to open up a $60 figure that you just bought that's a $10 retail? And he's like, yep, I'm opening it. So I'm like, okay. And they both have different things wrong with the paint, which is amazing. And that's Mattel.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like I say, when they came out with those, I didn't even realize that was a vintage homage line because I don't remember those at all.
What they did was they mixed in like old guys like that had never had a figure and some that did have a figure. So like you have like Chris Jericho, he wasn't in that era, but like Iron Sheik, he was gone. He wasn't in WWF in the 90s when they were coming out with these figures. So they kind of did a mix and match of like they made new guys and old guys, and each wave they kind of like did like a little half and half. But you know, they're cool little figures for $10. They have like nice. I like the card backs, the whole thing, you know, because you got. But I just can't believe the price of these on the secondary market. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I know Jeremy. I know Jeremy Siebel was a couple of his videos with his girlfriend has been, can you name the wrestler from those figures? And he has a bunch of vintage ones, and then he has some from the newer line and shit like that. And I'm like, I just didn't realize how many they had made of those. You know?
They think they made like 44 of the new ones. Some of them are god awful. Some of them look nothing like the guy. Like Shawn Michaels, Zack Ryder. Some of them look nothing like him. Well, I'm sorry. So what else did you get in?
Shit. I've got some stuff in. I'm trying to think. So I don't have anything to show. Oh, I do have it to show. Hold on one second.
Okay.
So I got this ridiculously overpriced figure. So this is the original Spawn when it was Todd Toys. The first series of Spawn figures were released by Todd Toys. And the series 2 became McFarlane Toys. This is the homage that the Kickstarter is doing. So when the Kickstarter went up and I was like, hell yeah, this figure is now like an $80 or $90 figure. It's ridiculous. Lucked out an auction ending at like 2 a.m. on a Sunday or something like that. I had it sniped Got this one for $40 plus $10 shipping.
Wow.
His pictures made it look like it was crystal clear. There is some yellowing, like you can even see it, right?
Yeah, but you know what I was gonna say? For that era of plastic, I was expecting it to be roached, like some of those McFarlane, I think it was the movie Terrors. Like they're so yellow. They're like Return of the Jedi Star Wars figure yellow.
Yeah, and I've seen those, and I passed on them. And this one, by his pictures, now again, he probably just used a flash, and washed it out. And it was one of those things. I caught it at the last minute, so it was no big deal. It's a little. The yellowing is the thing I hate the most. I fucking hate it. I don't like to buy yellowing figures, anything like that. This one I can put up with because I saved about $20 to $40 on it.
Yeah, and it looks good. You're not opening it, right?
No. This one
that looks good all together with the comic and all that.
Yeah, and I'll find before I saw this one, I was just gonna hope to find it at a toy show where somebody wasn't checking the value of stuff, because this is just gonna go up when that Kickstarter starts shipping and shit. Something I got that I don't know if I'm going to keep, actually. So if anyone watching the podcast wants to make,
I got first dibs.
Shit, I'll even do cost on it if I decide to not keep it, is the Super 7 finally shipped their comic Conan figure. So the packaging is just fucking amazing.
Wow.
I thought the figure buck looked a little weird, like it looked smaller than the regular Super 7 Four Horsemen buck, but it's the regular one. But I'm like, God, I can't do this. But it's dope. I bought this because I wanted a representation of Conan, but I know Conan from the movies. I don't know.
That's Conan the comic book, right?
Yeah. So I pre-ordered this like a year and a half ago, and then they announced, 6 months ago that they got the movie rights. So now I want a movie Conan, and this one is less important to me. But I mean, the packaging is cool. You probably won't be able to pick up, but it has the moire patterns, like the dots from there you go.
Yeah.
Comic book and all that kind of shit. Like that, I love being a graphic designer, and that's like a printing process thing. They did like glossy parts, like his hair, like he is glossy, but the rest of the package isn't. So
the box is really nice on that too.
Yeah, like I say, it's gorgeous.
It's going for that's like what, $40-$45?
It was $45 retail, and then their shipping is like $7.50 or something. As a thank you gift, for it being like a year and a half since we ordered this, they included these bloody weapons. So the exact same weapons, but bloody. So I think even if I sell the figure, I'm going to keep these weapons, unless somebody is like, oh, I got to have the weapons with them, and then it'll be a little bit more expensive. But it's funny. They this box that they came in is sealed at the top, but the bottom is just a tab box. So I can open it and just tab it back in, and it's still sealed. But
that was a nice little bonus. You never really hear about places doing stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, that's Super 7 really is, they really are collector focused. Let's see. Last thing I got, if I can find. Oh, here we go. I got some other Lego stuff that I'll show off next time. But I got this bad boy, the Walmart exclusive was this Galaxy of Adventures. So this guy was originally $10, got him for $2.50. And I'm like, $250 for a fucking, it's a well articulated. I wouldn't call it super articulated. But Jedi Luke, I was like, can't pass that up. I posted about this. I got the gamer great Stormtrooper Commander from Legacy of the Force. It's dope. It's super. Eric was asking me if it's the new articulation. I think it is. He's got double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. His neck is that new double jointed neck that they have. Mm-hmm. So he's dope. I love him. I love him. But he's out in the living room. I think that's about it. So, and I think that's about it for us. There's no grab bag this week. I think this is the first time ever that there hasn't been movie news or something from one.
It's just going to be delays if there are any news. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And I didn't go out and search like, oh, did I skip some
it's okay.
or something? But yeah, I'm kind of like, we're at an hour and a half. We're doing great.
Perfect.
Well, thank you everybody that joined us. Cliff, Jonathan, Shamal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Says we got another. I'd be curious to see. I'm like, can I see who's actually, while we do this? I'm going to see if I can actually see who's listening to us right now. Switch count. But how's work been going for you, Rock? Fucking 12-hour days?
It's slowing down a little bit. It's only like 11 now. 11 and a half. I kind of, the other day, wait to hear this one. You know, I listen to podcasts when I work. I got the AirPod in my ear. I talked to a client. I got in the truck. I wear like these, kind of like a scarf. If in the tree business, they give you wear it so you don't breathe in sawdust. You can wear it as a do-rag. You can wear it on your elbow. I had this face covering on. I pulled it off. I drive from Sag Harbor to Watermill. Normally I have a routine. I get back in the truck, put the AirPod in the charger, go to the next house. I go to the next house, no AirPod. I tear the truck apart. Now I go to Southampton. Now I'm freaking out because now I'm further away. I call my boss. I'm like, hey, is there if I make a detour, go back to my first house? I drive back, and what do I get stuck in? 300 people protesting. I get stuck in and meanwhile now, like, there's only one way I can go. Luckily, I went there, and the driveway was sitting there. So it ended up being a real detour. But I got my AirPod, and I was like, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to buy another set of AirPods. Because if I have no AirPods at work, I'll murder somebody. That's the only thing that keeps my sanity is listening to the podcast all day. I'm not sure a lot of you guys have the same feeling. So that was my adventure Friday at work. But otherwise, everything's good. I mean, I got more hours now than ever. I can't complain. This pandemic has been a godsend. It's been a windfall of money this year. So I can't complain.
And I feel shitty, but yeah, it's been the same way for me, man. I mean, having the wife at home makes things easier. Granted, I would fucking love for my daughter to go to daycare. It saves us some money, but Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, like 7-year-old kid in the house 24 hours a day is just nerve-wracking.
I don't know what daycare costs by you, but we were getting a deal, and we were paying $250 a week cash. And then once my son was going to full-time school, we paid a lady. She was retired. We paid her $25 a day to get my son off the bus. And she got him off the bus at like 3:45. She worked like an hour and a half. She got $25 cash a day. Wow. So when I went from paying $250 a week to $125, I was like, I couldn't beat it. Now that I pay no daycare, that's how I got my Mercedes payment because I don't have to pay. I don't have to pay to get my son off the bus. That's my car payment. It literally is my car payment. So
yeah, and ours we have a pretty inexpensive one here. It's only $160 a week.
That's not bad.
You know, but they're not open. You know.
Yeah, so you're saving $640 a month. That's a lot of toys you could be buying.
Fuck yeah, it is. Wow. And you split it in half because the wife and I split everything in half. But yeah,
Hey,
$320 is, again,
that's more money to buy
as
toys.
unemployed. Wait till you. I'll talk about my Lego purchase in the next one. But yeah, I've been going a little bit crazy. Just a little bit crazy.
Do you find because you're home, to just more tendency?
The way I've been looking at it is my eBay watch list is a to-do list, and it's down to like 2 things from like 23 months ago.
My problem is the opposite. Like everything I want to buy is just I'm getting outbid like crazy. What was the last? Let me see. I got outbid last week. I was the high bidder on a G.I. Joe figure, and in the last 18 seconds, it went up $70. I was the high bidder. Okay. I went to go buy a Crimson Guard mint on card. I was the high bidder at $223 with 5 seconds left. I upped my bid to $250. It sold for $301.
Yeah.
And then I got outbid on Leatherneck too. Leatherneck went for $168, and Hit and Run went for $302. It was all from the same seller, and they were like 2 minutes apart. And I lost, $300 for a figure, and I can't fucking win.
Yeah, you need to snipe, dude. I'm telling you.
But they're more than I'm willing to pay too sometimes.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So sniping, the way sniping works is amazing. Because you just put in the auction, you say, hey, I am willing to pay $250 for this figure. And in the last 6 seconds, and lots of them have different timing. The one I use, the one that's linked, I recommend the one that's linked from our website. In the last 8 seconds, it places that max bid, just like any kind of eBay bid. So the problem is nowadays most people are using snipers, and so that's what's happening in that last 16 seconds is all these different sniping services are posting people's max bids.
Yeah,
and that's why it shoots up $100 in 8 seconds.
But that's what killed me was like there was 5 seconds. I was at the high bidder at $223. I figured 5 seconds when I put in $250, I'm like, I got this. And then when I saw like sorry, you didn't win. I'm like, $300. I've been watching figures this week sell for $1,000 on the regular. That like, I'm not willing to pay $1,000 for a Destro mint on card. I'm just not.
But that's what I'm saying. So you wouldn't have paid over $250, right?
No, $250 was my max. I didn't. It's not worth more than $250.
So it doesn't matter. So take yourself out of the equation of having to place those bids a minute before, 2 minutes before. When you see something you like, you're like, oh yeah, that fucking carded Crimson Guard. I'm willing to pay $250 for it. You go to that sniping site, you set it right then, and you don't ever think about it again. And maybe you get it for $180, or maybe you pay $249.97 just because of the way the increment goes up.
Right.
Or maybe you don't win it, Yeah. For me, it took the emotion out of it. Because that's what was happening to me is I was setting reminders. I was on the website a minute before auctions ended. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, I'm the high bidder, but I'm going to bid one more time to my max, all that. You don't have to do any of that. You set that bid the first time you see that auction come through when you're doing either your searches. I do everything by email, like through watch searches and shit.
That.
You set that and you just don't even think about it until you get a notice, hey, you won.
The other problem I'm having is I'm trying to finish my straight arm mint on card run. Mm-hmm. And like Scarlet now is going for $12.50. So like the market just went berserk. It like literally doubled in the last few months. Scarlet is not worth $12.50 to me. So now I'm like, I have the conundrum of like, I need Stalker, Flash, and Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll was going for $400. Now he's $800. Flash, you can't even find them.
Crazy.
And Cobra Officer, there's one I've been watching for 500. But I'm like, I can't. I paid 500 for my Luke Farm Boy. That's a 12 back. I can't fucking pay 500 for the Cobra Officer because who's more iconic, Luke Farm Boy with the Boba Fett offered on it, or 12 back, or a Cobra Officer straight arm? And like, I don't want to get a swivel arm and pay like a little bit less because it's not the same. But it's just like I'm at a situation where, since it's such a seller's market right now, I'm going to concentrate on selling, take those profits, wait, see what happens. I mean, shit, my 90-day eBay, I'm $20 shy of hitting $5,000 in eBay sales for 90 days. Yeah. So I know we talk about PayPal money ain't free money, but listen, my profit margin is pretty good on my stuff. So between my garbage pail kids, I made 700. Like, I'm constantly flipping. So, you know, I have a nice nest egg built up, but now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like Jimmy Conway right now in Goodfellas, that it's my money and I'm not parting with it, and I'll whack people instead of buying toys. I'm like, I know how hard I worked, like how much I had to sell to make this profit. And it's like, do I want to see a big chunk of profits go to one thing? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, I'm riding it out. I'm just going to keep selling. I mean, I have a good amount of money in my PayPal right now. I just hit like, I'm almost at 2,500 in my PayPal. It's like, I know it's not all free money because but still, like, I've been rolling stuff over. Like I paid $680 for those garbage pail kids, and I sold it for $1,400. And then I took that money and bought the wrestling figures, and I made money on that. It's just building. But I can't take a chunk of money and be like, I'm buying this rock and roll for $800. I can't do it. I just can't right now.
Well, and that's the good thing, right? That's the good. I mean,
I finally got restraint.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. If you need to determine what things are worth to you and not pay over it, and that just, like I say, that just goes to the Gixon thing. Is you just snipe shit. You just set what you're willing to pay for it and forget it. Don't keep going back and checking your watch list, seeing where it's at, whatever. And it's going to place that bid. If it's gone over what you're willing to pay for it, it won't place a bid because it sees it's too high.
And my real thing is, I actually want to just keep my bankroll and wait till next year, till Comic-Cons and toy shows, because I've found my best deals. Like, you know, that straight arm Snake Eyes. This was at a Comic-Con for $4 and change. I negotiated down to $400. If I put this on eBay right now, eBay, I'll get, even if it's been rough condition, it's a $1,500 or $1,600 figure. That guy, he don't do eBay. He doesn't do eBay. The guy told me, because he's afraid he's going to get scammed. Because Jordan Hembrough happened to him. He sold an Ewok Village mint, unopened. He sold it to somebody. The guy took some parts out and sent it back to him. So you got to pay return shipping, the fees. You lose the PayPal. Because now if somebody returns on PayPal, you still got to pay the fee.
Yeah.
So I find better deals at Comic-Cons and toy shows from vendors who don't sell online because they hate eBay or they hate fees. So I'm just going to, at 44, almost 45, I'm finally learning. It's not burning a hole in my pocket right now. I'm not like a drunken sailor on a Friday night, like just, you know, trying to make it rain on eBay. So even my wife knows the packages are slowing down. I'm like, it's you know what I did get in? I forgot to mention. You know, I'm into my eBay, like these blockbuster movies. I want something else for my blockbuster stuff. So wait, you see this. This is the actual print of Alien versus Predator film.
Crazy.
This is the trailer. So, like, if you unwound this, you'd see every frame.
Yeah.
How much do you think this would go for? Like it says, look, PG-13. This trailer has been rated. You know, Alien versus Predator. It's
And
2.5
is it
minutes.
35 millimeter? Is that what it is? That looks.
It's either that or 16. But still, what do you think something like this goes for on eBay?
Being ignorant and but knowing you would never pay this, I'd say that'd go for $100.
I paid $7.50 for it, and I paid $4 shipping. But this goes on top of all my Blockbuster stuff. So I got my VHS and I got this and that. I just don't look cool. I mean, it's a piece of movie memorabilia.
Yeah.
I was watching some Empire Strikes Back trailers. Those were going for $200. You can get like a Phantom Menace one for like $50. But they have they don't say Phantom Menace. They say like some code word for the movie. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been keeping it slow. Got maybe a couple of DVDs here and there, but I know if you concentrate on selling, you don't spend. So I'm gonna stick with that for a little bit.
Cliff's still with us. He says, "Yeah, it's 35 flat, means a 185 aspect ratio."
Yeah, they covered up part of it, so. But I thought it's cool because I actually bought a lot of.
That's fucking dope.
I remember those bookmarks? That bookmark I sent you.
Yeah,
like that was something from this. It's basically they take the piece of the film, they cut it, they laminate it, and that's how you get those bookmarks.
Yeah.
So you can literally just. I can literally
just
unpeel this. Yeah, I can unpeel this and make those if I wanted to. But yeah,
Cliff says he was a projectionist, so he knows all about this shit.
Yeah, so he knows exactly. He probably handled thousands of those. But it's amazing how many of these are on eBay. And from what I noticed, the ones that are worth money are Quentin Tarantino movies, Robert De Niro movies, Star Wars, and there's just some weird ones. But a lot of these you can get them for $20 or less.
That's crazy. So what do you search for? Just trailer?
I think it's 35 millimeter trailer, and you can find them dirt cheap on there. So yeah, just always cool piece of little movie memorabilia. Because honestly, if there was going back in time, I love movies, and I wish I could have a legacy. And you know how if you produced if you did something with a movie, you'd have something like a credit or something. I mean, that's why I tell my son, at least doing this podcast, not that it's going to be a legacy, but at least he'll be able to go back in time. I want to see my dad. I listen to him talk shit about toys for a little bit and see him on screen and whatnot. So it would just, if I knew now, I would have loved to have moved to the Valley and done any kind of work on a movie. Probably wouldn't be the same life, but I think it would have been something that would have been fun.
Yeah.
But hey, our life ends up the way it does.
I agree. For anybody out there that hasn't had kids yet, our mailman gave us some of the best advice when we had our daughter. He was like, take more video. He's like, if I had, and again, this was 7 years ago. He's like, if I have any regrets, I wish I would have taken more video. And he's like, it may seem ridiculous to take a minute video here and there, but eventually it's all going to add up. You're going to be able to compile all this shit easily in the future, all that kind of shit. And so he's like, take more videos of your kids. So, and like you say, vice versa, take more videos of ourselves for our kids. So.
Oh, that's going to be great. So at my funeral, my son's going to have YouTube playing on a loop of this is my dad. Oh, remember that time my dad farted into the Ring camera? And he said,
here's the Thanksgiving fart. This was a good one.
Here's the I'm home from work fart. Here's the I'm going to work fart. Can you imagine that? That's going to be my legacy. My dad really liked farts, and he actually made a YouTube channel of nothing but him farting on it. Which is weird. I haven't made a video in a while. I just haven't, with everything going on in the world today. Dude? I just haven't been up to making content. And I'm getting people messaging me like, hey, is everything okay? You haven't made a video. I feel weird. So YouTube subscribers, I'll try to make one for you guys this week.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. All right.
With my John Wick hair and beard that I had recently, I was going to make a John Wick one. I was going to go, farts, lots of farts. I was gonna rip one. My wife got mad. I was combing my hair in the middle, and I had a beard. She's like, "What is you like? What are you trying to look like John Wick now?" And I was, look how long this shit is. Look, I had one of my wife's hair clips in my hair. Look at this. Come on, you know what I look like. How long is this?
Can you not get a haircut yet? We can get haircuts finally.
Next week. There's been people doing it illegally.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I want a guy to risk getting a $500 fine so I can get this Liberace wig cut? No.
Well, you're looking good, brother.
Thanks, man. You too, buddy. Stay safe out there, everybody.
Oh yeah, we'll see your Sooners. We'll see your Sooners. We will see your asses sooner rather than later.
Or later rather than sooner. Did I fuck it up again?
Oh, you did great. Peace.
Oh. Yeah, this mop is long.